You guys gotta come check this out. Hey guys, what's going on? Thank you for clicking on my video. This is Finding the Force, where you guys know I cover videos about anything Star Wars, from video games to theme parks, and especially lightsabers that come apart. I will be your host today, Obi-Dad Kenobi. Hello there. And I'm actually really surprised that this lightsaber was able to be made so quickly. A lightsaber that has the crazy feature of coming apart and becoming two sabers, like in the season finale of The Acolyte, which is canceled. You know, there were a few things I wasn't crazy about with The Acolyte, but there were a lot of really cool parts of the show, like the lightsaber duels. I mean, you have to have a serious set to be headbutting a lightsaber. A Jedi Wookiee, I mean, that's pretty awesome. And of course, some of the craziest lightsabers we've seen, from Vernestra's light whip to Qimir's double lightsaber. And you know, guys, I really wish that Star Wars wasn't so controversial and political. I feel like real life has enough of that going on already. That's also why I love creating content for this channel, because I feel like I can bring Star Wars fans from all over the galaxy to come together to appreciate some awesome weapons of the Jedi, Sith, or, you know, or this evil dude, and that we can appreciate the weapons for what they are and maybe put our differences aside. Well, bam! Hey guys, leave a comment down below if you have any idea why did Lucasfilm announce they were canceling season 2 only like 4 weeks after the season. That seems like a little soon. Feels like they added it's like a little bit of insult to injury. I don't know why it had to be so soon. If you guys have any idea, let me know down in the comments. So before we take a close look at this lightsaber, I always like to thank my longtime sponsors, Artsabers. Thank you guys so much for sending this to me to show all of my viewers. There's a lot of rad details about this lightsaber. It's budget friendly and it's gonna wow your friends. So let's talk about the prices and features first. So this comes in two different options. Either you can get a baselit RGB lightsaber or a Neopixel with a Xenopixel soundboard. The Xenopixel, of course, I recommend is $549 before you use the discount code up above. You can see on your screen right here. Really appreciate the support, guys. Thanks a lot. And that, of course, includes my 3 favorite things about Artsabers: the 1-year warranty, no hidden taxes or fees, and free international shipping anywhere. And of course, includes everything you see here on the screen, including, check this out, oh, the smaller Shoto blade for the Shoto saber that detaches from the bottom. You guys have got to see this in the dark. Don't go anywhere. The demo's coming soon. Okay. I know some of you give me a little grief when I use the word budget, but let me explain, okay? Because so you're getting 2 lightsabers for the price of 1. So at $549, which is just a little bit more than you'd be paying for a retail lightsaber from Galaxy's Edge or Hasbro. All right, guys, so enough chit chat. Let's take a look at Qimir's lightsaber up close. This is the Qimir. Yes, it is nice. I don't know why I wanted a Borat accent real quick, but dang, they freaking nailed the design. So I'm not sure if you guys were aware, but these were actually on display at a Comic-Con sometime back. A good buddy of mine, Star Wars Replicas, Gabe, managed to get some great, excellent footage, up-close details of the lightsabers that were on display from the different characters. That probably had a lot to do with how they managed to crank out these very accurate designs so quickly. As you can see in the picture here, the ones that they used in the film are crazy more weathered. So this would be an awesome piece to weather, I think, by the way. But let's start down here at the pommel. I'm gonna go ahead and just get to the good part. Watch this. Ka-chunk. Seems like a strong kind of bolted system to connect the upper and lower half of the sabers. Right back in here, we have an obvious front side with a belt clip on the back. The belt clip is the button that you use to activate the lower half of the saber. We got a belt clip. Overall, this is, I would say, because you have 2 sabers in one, it is a bit heavier than your average saber. You're gonna feel this if you wear it on your hip, and I'll go ahead and put the weight down here below. I'll weigh it after the video and leave that down on the screen. But this design is simple and slick, but still complex. And notice how all the ridges from the lower working their way up, they have kind of a wavy form, kind of lowering as they come around to the back side of the saber, where you can see the retention screw for the lower and upper half of the saber. So being Neopixel, we have of course just single button activation switches like the front, but very slick, simplistic design, dark, kind of menacing. Ever since Jedi Fallen Order, I know you Cal Kestis fans love the shrouds, so we have like a shrouded, angled appearance up here near the emitter, and I even love the detail of some of these ridges. So when you reconnect the pieces and snap it back in, the saber feels pretty solid, but it is easy to disconnect them. So doing tricks as a single saber might be a little bit more difficult. We shall see in just a minute during the demo. And one detail I really like is this very subtle and cool blue stripe. And I just now noticed there's even a gold stripe underneath it. If you guys can kind of see that without some of the glare here, there you go. You can kind of see that subtle color of difference. I think that makes the saber more interesting and definitely more unique. I would love to see this weathered in person. I might have my favorite sabersmith scrap that works weather it up for me, see how that goes. So I want to show you all the components of this fairly complicated and very unique saber design. All right guys, so in order to access the chassis for the upper half of the saber, you do have to remove that small connector piece and then take out one little tiny screw, which allows for the chassis to slide out, and then you can charge it and remove the SD card to replace the sound fonts. Okay, so charging the lower half of the saber is super easy. You can unscrew like half of it comes apart and plug the charger in, easy peasy, right? But if you want to access the chassis in order to remove the SD card and then swap out sound fonts, you have to remove a few extra pieces like the belt clip. There's 2 screws for the upper metal sheath and then 1 more screw to release the chassis. What you do is you remove the battery and apply some gentle pressure upward to push the soundboard up gently to then remove the SD card. This is crazy. I can't think of any other saber that has become 2 in 1. If you guys can think of any, let me know down in the comments, okay? All right, guys, it's time. Let's do the demo and fire this baby up and see what she can do. Hey, by the way, guys, in case you missed it, I did review this Master Soul lightsaber, which was a bit more popular than the Indara. I'll put a link up above here. All right, guys, single saber hilt. Check this out. Oh, okay. All right guys, so what I did was to keep from activating the lower half of the saber, I went on the app and just turned off all the different motion controls. So now we can check out the top half before we activate the bottom. Check this out, 3, 2, 1. Oh, dude, this thing feels awesome. This is a solid saber. Dude. Feels fun to wield, strong, powerful, but I don't adjust the audio at all for this part of my video, so you can kind of hear that the sound's a little bit muffled because of the bottom half of the saber. So I got it on high volume. Let's check this out. I love the flame texture. There's a whole bunch that come with Neopixel, glowing, solid, cracked, stuff like that. But I thought, why not flame, you know? Qimir was bad, dude. He was tough. Sounds loud. Sounds clear. Volume is definitely not a problem. And I think the kind of muffled sound is a way that the sound font already comes. I think I'm using the Senate, like Palpatine sound font probably. So I'll put the lower half back on. It is pretty hard to hear with both components. Yeah, walk up, buddy. Yeah. Yes. Dude, I love the way it turns crazy like that for the force effects. But yeah, something to consider. Little muffled sound when they're connected, but Kyberphonic released a crazy accurate sound font package of all the Acolyte sounds, which I know have got to be really spot on. I was thinking about finding one of my most clear audio sabers to do a demo of all those sound fonts for you guys, so stay tuned. But now let's go ahead and put the smaller Shoto blade in the lower half. This is such an awesome detail that this came with it. I'm so pumped. I think my son's gonna freak out when he sees this. This is so rad. So let's just check out the sound and how it feels by itself. This has to be the weapon that he did like a skewer shish kebab move on, was it Jekyllon? I think that's who that was. Oh yeah. Dude, that feels so cool. This is like even more Shoto than anything I've felt with the different Ahsoka sabers. Because a lot of the retail blades, like Galaxy's Edge, they only get to 26. I mean, dude, that is so cool, you guys. Yeah. do a little lightsaber spin with the Shoto. There you go. And if you grip it with the button like here under your palm, then you shouldn't be triggering it when you're battling with your friends. All right, quick spin test. I feel like I can spin it no problem. It is, like I mentioned before a couple of times, a teeny bit heavier and like a little bit thicker. It's not easy, but totally spinnable. And most importantly, don't feel like the upper and lower half are going to disconnect by themselves. I wouldn't go crazy with it, but, because as you can see, there's like a tiny little bit of play. You can kind of twist it a little bit more firm, and it kind of minimizes, but there's a tiny little bit of play before it unlocks. So I would just make sure I'm holding the upper half of the saber, and I don't feel again like the lower half is gonna come flying off. So guys, this has been a really fun and unique video. Thanks for hanging out with me. And of course, let me know down in the comments what you guys think of the Qimir Stranger 2-in-1 lightsaber. Don't fall too much to the dark side, guys. Make sure to take care, be safe, and have an awesome Star Wars day. See you next time, guys. Yeah! Woohoo!